Hello and thanks for tuning in, if that's even a thing anymore. But anyway, today I'm going to be doing some stuff on the GTE. It's about 3 weeks to go till VBOA and I really want to go on the GTE. I've not been to anything other than like a local cars and coffee thing in it, so it'd be nice to take it on a journey. But before I do that, I've got some upgrades to do on it. The suspension for one is shocking. It's cheap and nasty suspension I put on back in 2012 or whenever I first built the car, and the rear coils are all just stacked on top of one another, so the only suspension on the rear is the top pigtail and the bottom pigtail, which just you go over a bump or a stone even and it feels like your fillings are going to fall out. It's ridiculous. The ride height looks great, but it's not all about that, is it? It needs to be drivable, and it's shocking on the roads around here. And I know where all the potholes are around here, but obviously going on a journey, you're not going to know everything, are you? So yeah, I should be doing stuff on the GSI, which I am. There's the engine. Still adding bits to it, put the inlet manifold on loosely. I've got to take it off again because I need to put the water pipe on the back, oil cooler, sorry, with the water feed, but it won't fit because the way it's bolted up. Anyway, that's coming on. I've got the fuel tank off the GSI. Need to paint that. So got this engine mount for the engine I've just built, and I've had to do some modifications on. I've had to cut bits away on it, the turbo valves on this part, so I've had to cut away there, which obviously led to a hole, which I've just neatened that up. I'm going to repaint this again. I've had to cut out bits around the bottom where the turbo oil supply pipe meets. So yeah, a few little modifications to that. So that's getting ready to clean up and paint. Power steering pump, clean up. Bits of pipe work, bits of brackets for the alternator. So yeah, I'm still doing stuff in the background on that. My aircon pump, that needs cleaning up and painting, and yeah, everything's going back. I want everything to go back on and look like that starter motor and etc. So GTE, here she is. There is the suspension I got off one of the lads of the group, which he said he only had on for a very short period of time. So the nice Eibach springs. Yeah, it's going to sit low like it does now, but I'm sure it's going to have better suspension than what it's got on it currently. We'll have a look in a minute underneath. One of the other jobs I've got to do is this wiring to the fuel pump. It's got the insulation's breaking down on it, and also the little rubbery things, the hangers, they're shot. Got these ones to go on. I think the Volkswagen ones, they're just cheap off eBay. Jason bought a couple of sets of them, so he kindly gave me some for my car. So yeah, so we've got suspension to do, fuel pump wire, fuel pump hangers, but there's a method in my madness. While the fuel pump is off, I'm going to use the fuel pump to empty the fuel out of this tank, put it in the GTE, because obviously the GSI tank, it's 11 years old. I did replace it back in 2014, but I'm not putting it back on like that. If you know me by now, you know I like to paint things, so it's getting a proper paint job on it. So yeah, it sits bloody low, this thing. Yeah, see if you can see the rear coils, or lack of them. You see that there? That is absolutely stupid. There's just no suspension on the back. Not having that. So yeah, it's coming off. We're doing it properly. Yeah, I think that's all we've got to do, which is enough. So hopefully I get these couple of little jobs done, ready for VBOA. The weather today is absolutely stonking. I took a day off work. Well, I took 2 days off work actually. It's out with my dad's birthday last night. A few beers, so I'm a bit fuzzy. It's red hot. It's the 20th of June, and it's a Friday, so try and get a few bits done while everyone's in work. Unlucky. Right, let's crack on. Do you know what? So yeah, you can see how bad these springs are. They're rotten anyway. They need to come off pronto. So, undo these rear shocks. Last time I had these off was when I put these. Jason gave me these Bilstein gas shocks for free because he's that kind of guy. And yeah, last time I undone both sides and one of the springs shot out and whacked me in the head. Needless to say, it didn't knock any sense into me. They're still in decent nick, which is good. Let's compare the two. So, first inspection, exactly the same, except you'll see there's less coils on these, but much thicker, because much better make. These were G-Max. Again, they were cheap. They were cheap and cheerful. They've done the job, but yeah, not quite what I'm after. So let's see if I can get that in one-handed. Right. There you can see that sweat dripping on my glove already. So, yeah. Sitting in all right. Cool. Right, that's tight. There we go. Doesn't that look so much better already? Happy days. Right, onto the other side. go, she's free. There we go. Plenty of copper coat on them still. Too bloody hot today, that's for sure. There we go. Oh yeah, right. Onto this fuel pump, which while I'm under here I noticed it's only actually got, I think it's only got one hole now. There's not one there, that's gone. Don't know how. It's supposed to be bolted. But yeah, not good. So yeah, let's get this off. So first of all, needs petrol can under here to catch any fuel. I'll have to change of plan while I'm under here. Because I need to do a bit of soldering with me gas powered soldering torch. I don't want fuel vapours about while I'm doing that, so let's do the wiring before we do the what's it. I mean, look at that. I don't know if you can see that. There's a break in the insulation on the earth. So that is not going to be doing us any favours. Yeah, so I'm going to pull this wire back, remove the sleeve, and then yeah, pull it back into the car, and then we'll assess the wiring from there. Here we have the rubber grommet, which I've painted really well, like the muppet that I am. There we go. And yes, there's bits of glass in that grommet from a few years back when we were fitting this second-hand tailgate. What's on it now? When me and Kendo fitted it, we somehow dropped it on his head and it smashed. But as my mother says, where there's no sense, there's no feeling. Sorry, Kendo. Right, undo all this insulation. Check this wiring out. Yeah, it's not the best wiring in the world. I think that was probably me many years ago. I'm not the best at soldering. I hate wires, can't stand them, don't want anything to do with them, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to. Right, let's cut this back a bit and see where we get good wire. Right, so I've cut the wires back to there, which they look good. Yeah, nice clean copper. Perfect. So it just so happens I have plenty of wiring left over from the Zafira, and one of them is a red and blue wire, which is for the fuel pump side of things, going through the bulkhead, what would have been. So I'll just use a piece of that. So yeah, always handy to keep.
So here we have 2 wires just twisted together like that. I'll try and solder them now. Told you I'm not the best at soldering in the world, but it's soldered. Bit of heat shrink over it. It's good as new. Happy days. There we go. You never know. I'll do it all. Fold that in half for a tighter fit. Don't know where my wire crimpers have gone, but this will do. There we go. Crimped. Job's a good one. Sits in there like that. Happy days. Now for that one. Start on the last actually. Sound. Bit of wire for that. Gas powered this soldering iron. There we go. Bloody hot. It's not too bad. It's a join, isn't it? Slide my heat shrink down. That's all nice. That. Slide my little thing on. Put the wire back. Slide that in there. Again, not the correct tool for the job because I've lost my bloody things. Solid. Solid as a rock. Sound all good. And what I'll do for good measure, tape it off. Sound. Feed them back through. Last time I was messing about with fuel pumps on Jason's. What bloody fun that was. Rightly, 213 mils. I just hope these undo and don't give me a headache.
spray some WD into the chassis leg. That's surprising. Ow! Little bastard. Spiky. Spiky. One. And there we have it. One fuel pump.
So there we have. Got a rubber mount fitted. Job's a good one. Yeah, managed to use the fuel pump to get all the fuel out. The GSI tank. So that killed two birds with one stone. Right, let's get this fitted. And then it's onto the front end then. Get the front shockies done, change the springs.
And I nearly had a panic attack before. When I had this pump off, I had a closer look at it, and it shocked me. It really did. There was a Ford Jubilee clip on here, so I swiftly got rid of it, and now we're rocking just a standard Jubilee. So yeah, that was a close call. Right, there we go, back on its wheels, and you can see the coil springs through there. There. Oh. Show you from here. Oh look, we have actual suspension. Oh yeah, that is so much better. Oh, that's going to be a dream. Yeah, much better, right out. Happy days. Just the front to do now, which the front shouldn't be much different because those springs are low. So, but yeah, they're going to tip. Good riddance. Right, it's been a few days since I did the rear suspension, 5 to be precise. I had a slight problem when I tried to get the car going again after putting the fuel pump on. It didn't run. Fuel pump died. Oh well. So managed to get hold of a exact replacement pump from a local motor factor, which was handy. So good news is it's all running again. I've treated myself to a new camera, this one. So I don't know what the playback's like on it yet or anything, so we'll find out later. But I'll show you the new pump. There we have, nice shiny new pump. The connections were different on it, so I did them spades what I put on the other day. I had to take them off and crimp on some new ones, but yeah. Brand new pump. Shiny. Right, let's get the car out of the garage, get it jacked up. Get the front wheels off. And take the front struts off and fit the new front springs. I took it for a spin around the block as well yesterday, and what a difference them rear springs are. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, needed to be done. Right, let's crack on. Right, the wheels off. Onto the track rod end. There we go. Do some new rubbers on these, to be honest with you. But right. Bottom ball joint, already cracked it. Just a 19mm on these strap ends and bottom ball joints. $10mm Allen key on these. What I've done there is I've just hung the caliper up with a bit of old brake pipe. Just take the pressure off this front flexi. Alright in there still. I've had to do a lot of repair work in here, as you can probably see. All this is nice new thick steel. Nice poly bushers on. There we go. Yeah, I could just disconnect the ABS from here, but what I don't want to do is damage it. So, as everything's quite new, just remove the sensor from there like that. There we go. Just leave that out of the way. It's fine. Right, under the bonnet. Face on. We'll do these two 13mm. Right, I'm going to have to use two hands with this to catch the straws. There we go. New bearings on them as well, not long ago, but they need more grease in them, but it's feel it. They don't feel great. Right, let's get some spring compressors on. 21mm. Yeah, don't ever stick your face in front of one of them. If it goes, just let it go. Go. So, I think the same in height, that is. I think. So look at anything. These ones are a bit lower. The Eibach. Try it out anyway, see what happens. Tight. Happy days, it's on. I'm impressed with all these scratches though. Devastated. I'll have to repaint that now. Right, let's get it on. Right, so I've actually got the yellow paint out and I've touched up the little scratches because I'm sad, but it's the little things like that, isn't it? Little bits of attention to detail. There we go, put the wheel on, drop it down,
see what it sits like compared to the other side. Should be interesting.
Right, well if I'm honest, I'd say probably sits about the same. Bloody low. Oh, looks alright to me. That's the side they haven't done. That probably sits a bit lower, doesn't it? Which, that's the side with the G-Max on. That probably is a little bit lower. Side, the Eibach, not much in it, so anyhow we'll get the other side done anyway. Crack on and get that done. What a difference that suspension makes. It's like night and day, unreal. Nowhere near as rattly. Such a better drive. I wonder if I tighten them track rod ends up. Yeah, I must have. That's another job successfully completed. Car's pretty much ready to go down to VBOA now, so I've got a little bit of an oil leak from the sump though, so I might even do the sump gasket before I go. Needs doing. I've had one sat in my loft for about 3 years and I just haven't got around to doing it with everything else that needs doing, so yeah, I'll probably do that. But yeah, car's done. Next big job will be the sills, but I'm not going to do that till next year. I need to get the GSI finished. Yeah, looks tidy anyway, doesn't it? So that'll do for today. Right, so once again, thanks for watching. If you did, hope you enjoyed. Hope it didn't bore you. I'm not trying to teach anyone how to suck eggs. I'm just trying to show people how bad my suspension was and what a few hours work can do. So once again, thanks for watching. See you next time.
A genius uses his madness, and a madman uses his genius, destructive. A genius uses his madness, and a madman uses his genius, destructive.